the head of the Wynn Sportsbook out in Las Vegas, the great John Avello. John, thanks, buddy. What's up?
Hey, Artie. Artie, you're cutting into my bachelor time. The guy's got 2 girls left, right? 2 minutes to pick one. I get a call and say, Artie wants to talk to you. Okay, I'll do it for Artie, but is Catherine going to win? I'm telling the guys upstairs, you got to give me a blow-by-blow if Catherine wins.
Do you give odds on that? Do you put it up on the board? Who's going to win the Bachelor?
Absolutely. Yes, we do.
Okay, and who's favored?
You know we're sick, Artie. You know we got everything.
Who's favored?
Throw up there for fun or whatever.
Who's favored, John?
Catherine's been my favorite from the week 1, and I got her down to the finals now. So
you know what you're doing.
Telling the other girl, he sees a life with her, and he's telling Catherine, I see a life with you, and so I want to see who he sees a life with, Artie.
Listen, we always have fun talking to you, and whatever you pick for The Bachelor, that's who I'm taking. I don't watch it, but that's who I'm taking. What do you think is going to be in the NCAA? It's a crazy, crazy league this year. The tournament's going to be nuts. What do you think is going to be the biggest line? 16-1. What's the biggest line, you think?
I don't think you're going to see anything more than – I think every line's going to be less than probably 20.
That's rare, even because the first round, you usually see a couple of 30 to 40, right?
Yeah, let's say you get a team like Iona playing. Who's the worst matchup for them? Maybe a Louisville, say.
Right.
Iona and Louisville. I mean, they can't make – under normal circumstances, I would think Louisville 24, 25, but this year, this is one of those years where these teams struggle to win, Artie.
It's crazy, yeah.
I don't see anybody this year that I can put a finger on and say, this is the team to beat. I think there's 10 teams that are fairly equal, and then I think there's another 6 after that who could win it. This could be the year where 16 beats a 1. It's possible.
My co-host here, the great Brent Stover from CBS Sports, says that he's predicting that's a definite. He thinks this is going to be a year where 16 beats a 1, right, Brent?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's where we could see some of those lines that are, as he was alluding to, a lot smaller than in the past.
No, I know. So, I mean, listen, in the years
nobody
past,
wants a 1 seed.
I remember seeing a couple of 50s in there with Duke playing a number 16. Hey, so you think, John, there's legitimately 16 or 17 teams that could win it all?
I do, and
wow.
How deep? I mean, how deep do you go? I give a team like Georgetown has a shot. Of course, Indiana, Louisville, Kansas, UCLA, Michigan, Ohio State, Duke, Florida, Syracuse, Michigan State, North Carolina State, Arizona. I mean, you can
Gonzaga.
That's 12, and I think there's another 5 out there and this could be one of those years where an Oak State gets there.
Wow,
yeah.
They've been playing good all year. So it's and I didn't even mention Gonzaga, did I? They're the number 1 team in the country.
Well, and a team like VCU, because I said Artie and I were talking last week, and I said I think 20 teams could win it. VCU's the 25th team, but with the way they play that havoc defense, John, I mean a team like that, or Creighton at 23. I mean, they got the leading scorer in the country.
Yep, and I'll tell you, Virginia Commonwealth and Creighton are not strangers to the tournament. Virginia Commonwealth, very well coached, been there before, has gone a long way before, and experience in this tournament surely helps. And for them, they're not going to come in being scared of any team in the tournament at all.
I think we're going into a really fun era in college basketball because of what you just touched on, coaching. I think a lot of these kids who aren't the greatest of players, who are, in college now, going to be in college in the next couple of years, or who were in college and are starting their coaching careers now, who are under 30, are all going to be major, major impacts on the rest of this year and years to come. The next 10, 20 years, I think you're going to see a lot of surprises. It's always been the most fun, but I think because of coaching, young people coaching, it's going to be even more fun coming up, don't you think?
I don't know what makes – yeah, I agree with that. I don't know what makes this year different than others. If that trend's going to continue, there's usually a couple beasts out there. There really is. There's a couple of teams that are loaded up, have the best – two of the best players in the country. The rest of the team complements them. Great bench. And so this year, I don't see a team like that.
Okay.
So I don't know if that trend will continue, or this is just one of those years where it's just odd to have this happening. We'll see how it all shakes out when it's all said and done. But I agree with you. College basketball has been going through some changes. There's a lot more. There's certainly a lot of parity. We've seen that throughout this entire season.
John, I have a spoiler alert. I happen to know who won season 17 of The Bachelor. Would you like to hear?
I would, because I'm not going to find out talking to you.
Okay, I know. Well, I thought maybe you go to the computer or something, but spoiler alert, and the final rose goes to Catherine. Mr. Avello was right.
All right.
Yes.
That's what I want to hear, Artie. That's what I want to hear.
She's the vegan who loves the beef. And that's what it says here. That's the press release. She's the winner of The Bachelor season 17. That goes to Catherine. A lot of money changing hands. A lot of money changing hands. Hey, any thoughts, any questions for John? Because he knows it all, Brent.
Well, John, on those first round games that we've had now in the last couple of years, in the 16 versus 16 matchups, what sort of action do you have on those? Because obviously nobody really knows anything about the 16s, but when they're matching up against each other, I'm just interested in what sort of a dynamic betting-wise that creates.
You talk about 16-1 or the first?
No, the first four. Yeah, the first round, the 16 versus 16 matchups, the two 16 versus 16s.
Oh my God, they're the best, because that's when we're the most crowded. That's when we're at standing room only for the entire hotel. We even open up another room and get another 500 people in. And so this is the time when people come in. They got all their handicapping tools. They realize that every year there's going to be some upsets, and there's going to be, even if teams don't win, they're going to be in the game, and the points are unnatural to take. And so therefore we have that, and then you have some games that don't go that way, and the favorites cover. So it's one of those times where to me it's the most exciting. I think the first round is the most exciting. So that's Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday, Sunday. Those 4 days to me are the best of the tournament. After that, we get down to probably the better teams move on, and then with a couple of surprises.
John, we got to go. We're up against a hard break here. Real quick, if you can, give me 4 teams. Throw out 4 teams in the Final Four.
Okay, I'm going to go with Louisville. I'm going to go with Michigan.
Nice.
I'm going to go with Florida. And I'm going to go with Georgetown.
Louisville and Georgetown. Nice. I like to see an old-school Georgetown in there. Beautiful. Well, John, obviously we're going to be hoping you can join us a bunch of times as the month rolls on, brother. Okay? So we'll be talking to you real soon.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, John. The great John Avello from the Wynn Sportsbook out in Las Vegas. This is the Artie Lange Show. We'll be back with the last final minutes. A new Taylor! Come on back.